ये जो इंडिया है ना, यहाँ we have an elephant in the room, an elephant we don't talk about, an elephant about which we do nothing. What is this elephant? Where is this room? The room is familiar. It is Kashmir. Recently, this is what we saw. Kashmiri Pandits being beaten up in Srinagar for protesting against the central government. This is what Kashmiri Pandits who took the government's offer to return to the valley are saying.
पिछले 7 महीने से कंटिन्यूअसली माइनॉरिटीज पे यहाँ पे अटैक हो रहा है। कल भी हमारे भाई सुबह ऑफिस के लिए निकला था, ऑफिस में जाकर उसके ऊपर 4 बुलेट्स चलाई गई है और वो शाम को उसकी डेड बॉडी आई। हम ये कहते आखिर कब तक होगा ये, कब तक चलेगा ये? हम यहाँ पे सेफ ही नहीं है।
वैली भी खाली होगी अब, जो 90s में हुआ था वो 22 में भी होगा। 90s में भी हम निकल गए थे 20, ताकि एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को पता चले जो वहाँ पर दावा कर रही है कि 6,000 फैमिली हमने बसाई है, वो दावा सही है या गलत है।
Kashmiri Pandits argue that they are back in Kashmir but are not safe, that the government's claims about militancy coming down are not true, and that promises that peace will return have not been kept. So then, what is the elephant in the room? It is the refusal to understand that peace cannot return to Kashmir without the willing participation of Kashmir's Muslims, and that demonizing Kashmiri Muslims does not help our Kashmiri Pandits. Demonizing every Kashmiri Muslim in a film like The Kashmir Files may earn cheers inside some cinema halls, may earn brownie points for ministers who say watch the movie, and may excite bigots to put out a fresh round of hate on social media. But it only takes us further away from finding peace in Jammu and Kashmir. Kashmiri political leaders, party workers, PANCHAYAT PRADHANS who have taken part in elections for years, defying terrorist death threats, we demonize them. Kashmiri government servants and police personnel, lakhs of ordinary Kashmiri civilians, we demonize them. Kashmiri students who come to study in other parts of India, we refuse to rent them rooms. We demonize them. But can this be our response to the persecution of the Kashmiri Pandits? To just carry on the cycle of persecution and violence? Such calls for counter-violence suit haters sitting far away from Kashmir. It allows them to demonize the rest of India's Muslims. We saw that clearly after the release of the Kashmir Files. But none of this helps the Kashmiri Pandits. While the terrorists are just a few hundred, we have chosen to label all Kashmiri Muslims as jihadis. But then who's left to talk to at the negotiating table? No one. And in that case, how does this government hope to ever end the violence and return to peace? Or is the unstated aim simply to keep the pot boiling? If so, let the hapless Kashmiri Pandits know that there is no real plan to keep them safe in Kashmir. In fact, quite the opposite. Ye jo India hai na here, what we are really doing is feeding the elephant in the room with its daily dose of hate.